What's up, everybody? If you're looking for an easy way to clean your gold with stuff you probably... Oh, hi, Myla. If you're looking for an easy way to clean your gold with items that you probably already have at home, you've come to the right video. Let's get started. My name is Mountaineer Matt, and as always, I hope you are having a great day. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to clean your gold, whether it be gold that you're bringing home from gold panning, metal detecting, however you're getting your gold out there on the river or the hillside. Or this also applies to gold jewelry. If you have gold jewelry at home that you want to get nice and clean and shiny, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So there's a few things you're going to need for this process, all things that you probably already have at home. The first is going to be your gold. In this case, I'm using some gold nuggets that I found out while I'm out metal detecting. In your case, it could be jewelry that you have at home, or it could be gold that you've collected over time, or it can even be flakes. It doesn't necessarily need to be gold nuggets. This applies to any type of gold. The second thing that you'll need is a plastic container that we'll be putting our gold in throughout the process. In this case, I'm using this little plastic vial. And the reason I'm using plastic is because another common alternative to a plastic vial is glass. But if you put gold or jewelry in glass, because gold is so heavy, when it smacks against the edge of the glass, it'll actually break the vial. So you want to use something that's made out of plastic so you don't break your container when you're going through this process. So here's the plastic vial that I'm using for my gold. Now the third item you're going to need is going to be either Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, and you could probably use just the regular Pepsi or regular Coke. I don't think it necessarily needs to be the diet. There's a lot of acidity in these drinks, and the carbonation also helps break up any of the dirt or residue that's built up on your gold. So in this case, I'm using Diet Coke here. The fourth item you're going to need is going to be water, and I'll explain that as we go further in the process. One last item I would recommend is some type of container to just keep this whole process in, because you might drop your gold or you might spill, and if you do this whole process in a container, it'll help you keep track of everything in case you accidentally drop something. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got my plastic container of gold here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I will go ahead and open this up. I will pop open my Diet Coke here, and I'll go ahead and just pour just a little bit of this into the container with the gold. Now you can see here, this is a perfect example of why it's helpful to have a container, because you'll spill a little bit, and so this way I'm just helping maintain the mess here in the pan. Okay, so we've got the soda in the container here with the gold, and what you'll want to do is let the gold sit in the soda for roughly 20 minutes, and what's going to happen is that carbonation is going to get in there and soak its way into any of the dirt or grime that you have on your gold or your jewelry or whatever it is that you're cleaning, and it's going to help break that up. So we'll go ahead and let this sit for 20 minutes, and we'll see you in a second. Let's see how tall you are. Wow, 20 inches tall. So while we're waiting for the gold to do its thing in the soda, I just want to take a moment, if you're new to the channel, to let you know a little bit more about this channel. Mostly this channel is about gold prospecting and any type of gold prospecting, so whether it's out gold panning on the rivers or in the creeks or up on the hillside, metal detecting for gold. That's something you'll see a lot on this channel, so if you're into that, be sure to hit the like button and maybe consider subscribing. And go check out some of my other videos. I think you'll enjoy them. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. We're ready to go ahead and start with our next step. So our gold is still sitting inside of the container that we had it in. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start shaking the gold up in here. We don't want to shake it too hard because gold is a pretty soft metal, especially if you're working with gold that you pulled right out of the river, because it's pretty close to 24 karat. If you're working with jewelry, it's going to have other stuff mixed in there, like nickel or whatever it is that they use to bring it down to 14, 16, 18 carats. So it'll be a little bit harder, but you still want to be somewhat delicate with it. So we'll go ahead and shake this up to start breaking up any of that residue that's on there and start knocking it off of the gold. So we'll just go ahead and shake it up like this. Now this is the process right here that I'm talking about, where if you're doing this with gold, you know, every time you're going like this, you're smacking that gold against the end of the metal vial. And I've had it happen to me before where I was doing this and it broke the vial. So I've learned from my mistake, and you can learn from mine too. So just go ahead and use plastic. You'll never have to worry about your container breaking, and you'll just have less headaches. So we'll go ahead and shake this up really good. Now for the water. So what we'll do in this step is we'll pour water into the container until it flushes out all of the soda that's in there, until it's just water that's left. So let's go ahead and do that. So now our container is filled with water instead of the soda. So you can see this is all clear. And what should happen is we'll go ahead and we'll start shaking this gold up again, and we should start seeing some of that residue coming off of the gold, and we'll start seeing it floating around in the water, and that's how we know it's working. So let's go ahead and shake this up. All right, so we've been shaking this up for a couple minutes now, and if you look closely, you might just barely be able to see some cloudy water here in the container. Now, I know the container's scratched up, so it's not as easy to see, but it is coming off a little bit. Now, when you look at your gold, you are going to see that there's some dark spots. And that's going to be where there's still soil or residue on your gold, and the soda has absorbed into that. And that's helpful because when the soda absorbs into the soil or residue that's on your gold, it's going to make it really dark and a lot easier to see. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but you can use a soft bristle toothbrush to scrub out those little areas where the soil's getting caught in there. You want to be sure you use a really soft bristle because, again, gold is really soft, and even a toothbrush can leave some little tiny scratches on your gold. So use a soft bristle toothbrush. So let's scrub this gold. Now this process will take time. You're just going to do small circular motions so you can get the bristles in those tiny little cracks in there. And you just got to be patient and, just get it all out of there. So I've just gone ahead and finished up scrubbing all of the pieces of gold with this toothbrush. I'll go ahead and put them all back inside of my plastic vial here. And I will once again fill up the vial with my water. Then we'll go ahead and shake it up again. See if there's any more residue that we can knock off. Alright, now you can really start to see that the water's fogged up a little bit. We get it in focus here on our other camera. You can see this water's a little foggy, so we definitely have residue coming off. So now that we see that we've got some cloudy water in here, we'll go ahead and swap this out with some fresh water so we have nice clean water, and then we'll repeat the process. Got our fresh water. Shake it up. Alright, so we've gone through our second round of shaking it up in the fresh water, and you can see that once again we've got some cloudy water in here. So that means that there's still residue coming off of this gold, so we'll go ahead and repeat the process. We'll put fresh water in, we'll shake it up, and we'll keep doing that until the water isn't getting foggy anymore. So we've shaken it and cycled the water out a few times, and we're at the point where there is no more residue fogging up the water. So at this point, the gold's clean, so we can just go ahead and pour it out and just take a look at it, see if it's clean to our satisfaction. We'll go ahead and dry them off. Make sure they're still nice and shiny even when they're dry, because we love shiny gold. And I can tell right away after I dry these off that they are much cleaner and much shinier, and that yellow color is just really coming out. So I'll go ahead and put these in my hand so we can take a look at how great these look now that they're all cleaned up. So there you go. You can just see how just really shiny these are. So if you're like me and you like to collect your individual pieces of gold and put them in different gem jars like I know a lot of you do, this is a really great process because it just makes them look so clean and so shiny, and it really gives them that jewelry-like finish. Alright, now after this easy process, you'll have some very clean gold by using products that you probably already have at home. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.